All right, doing this chronologically from the New Revised Standard Version Catholic Edition because I'm a Protestant. I've only ever read the Protestant Bible. I am going to learn what's in the Apocrypha throughout this year-long journey. But because we're doing it chronologically, we're now at 1 Chronicles 1 through 4. Adam, Seth, Enosh, Kenan, Mehalel, Jared, Enoch, Methuselah, Lamech, Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. All right, now that takes us to Genesis 6. The wickedness of humankind. When people began to multiply on the face of the ground, and the daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that they were fair, and they took wives for themselves, all that they chose. Then the Lord said, My spirit shall not abide in mortals forever, for they are flesh. Their days shall be 120 years. I remember when I was young reading that and thinking that that was the explanation for why people used to live like 1,000 years or 800, 900, 1,000 years. And now, because God was punishing them, because they were sinning, he changed it to 120 years. But if you read it closely, you'll see that the 120 years is actually just him saying he's going to give humankind a 120-year chance. And if they don't mend their ways in that 120 years, then he's going to destroy everything except Noah and everything on the ark. So, their days shall be 120 years. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God went in to the daughters of humans, who bore children to them. These were the heroes that were of old, warriors of renown. The Lord saw that the wickedness of humankind was great in the earth, and that every inclination of the thoughts of their hearts was only evil continually. Oh my, come on, God. Humans can do some pretty evil things, but they also do a lot of nice things. This is the problem with the news. The news, if it bleeds, it leads. It only shares the good stories. It only shares the bad stories. There is a website called Fix the News. I think it's fixthenews.com. They'll email you good news. The news that I think is actually much more common. I think it's much more common that people are nice to each other and helping each other out. And the evil is news because it is out of the ordinary. So it seems like God's been reading the newspaper if he thinks that every inclination of humans, every inclination of the thoughts of their hearts was only evil continually. Also, notice it says the thoughts of their hearts. I know at one time we're said to have thought that our thinking came from our heart rather than our brain. So yeah, just interesting to note that that was there. And the Lord was sorry that he had made humankind on the earth, and it grieved him to his heart. I was thinking the other day about that whole idea that they used to think we thought from the heart. I'm surprised by that because if you believe in a soul, don't you think that the thoughts are within the soul rather than in any of our bodily organs? Maybe they believed the soul was inside the heart. I'm not sure. And the Lord was sorry that he had made humankind on the earth, and it grieved him to his heart. So the Lord said, So how did a perfect God make a creation that grieved him to his heart? How is a perfect God sorry about what he had done? Food for thought. So the Lord said, I will blot out from the earth the human beings I have created, people together with animals and creeping things and birds of the air, for I am sorry that I have made them. Now, also, if it was humankind that was so evil and had sinned, why does everything else get wiped out? But Noah found favor in the sight of the Lord. How? How was Noah so much better than everybody else? And we find in the story after the flood, he's not that great of a guy, really. But obviously, he was good at sucking up to God. These are the descendants of Noah. Noah was a righteous man, blameless in his generation. Noah walked with God, and Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now the earth was corrupt in God's sight, and the earth was filled with violence. And God saw that the earth was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted its ways upon the earth. And by the way, okay, so there's war. There's a war going on right now in Iran. And there's war in Israel and Palestine. And there's war in Russia and Ukraine. But it's not the people doing it. It's the leaders, the so-called leaders, the power-hungry people in charge. And then, obviously, they have soldiers that do their bidding. It should really be, though, the leaders fighting it out amongst themselves. Don't get the people involved. And even when it was tribal communities, it would have been the leaders causing the violence. So God, leave the people alone. Go after, as Jesus did, the leaders, the corrupt leaders who are doing wrong. Now, and God saw that the earth was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted its ways upon the earth. Not all flesh, just the fucking leaders. And God said to Noah, I have determined to make an end of all flesh, for the earth is filled with violence because of them. Now I am going to destroy them along with the earth. Make yourself an ark of cypress wood. Make rooms in the ark and cover it inside and out with pitch. This is how you are to make it. The length of the ark 300 cubits, its width 50 cubits, and its height 30 cubits. Make a roof for the ark and finish it to a cubit above, and put the door of the ark in its side. Make it with lower, second, and third decks. For my part, I'm going to bring a flood of waters on the earth to destroy from under heaven all flesh in which is the breath of life. Everything that is on the earth shall die. What a fucking temper tantrum, God. Even if it was all people that were evil, you're having this fucking temper tantrum and destroying all flesh, everything with the breath of life in it. Everything that is on earth shall die. What a fucking temper tantrum. You need an anger management class, God. Or maybe some of your own medicine burning eternally in hell. But I will establish my covenant with you, and you shall come into the ark, you, your sons, your wives, and your sons' wives with you. Oh, how generous. 8 people. And of every living thing of all flesh you shall bring 2 of every kind into the ark to keep them alive with you. They shall be male and female. Of the birds according to their kinds, and of the animals according to their kinds, of every creeping thing of the ground according to its kind, 2 of every kind shall come into you to keep them alive. Also take with you every kind of food that is eaten, and store it up, and it shall serve as food for you and them. Noah did this. He did all that God commanded him. Well, at least we're going to get a rainbow.